Hola, bienvenidos. Nuestra presentación de hoy se llama México, una breve historia por Yesenia Chávez. Y vamos a ir a dos websites, ¿ok? Dos sitios de correo de internet. El primero es ueinternational.org, A Brief History of Mexico. El segundo se llama doctors.com, Geography Country México, History Timeline, ¿ok? Aquí estamos en el primero. Este video se hizo originalmente en inglés, entonces estoy tratando de traducir. Alguna información básica acerca de México. México tiene aproximadamente 130 millones de personas. Esta página dice que es 111, pero lo más actualizado es 130 millones de personas. México es el país número 3 a nivel de población en Latinoamérica, después de Estados Unidos y Brasil. ¿Ok? Unos 45 millones de personas son los que trabajan activamente en la economía mexicana. El 50% aproximadamente de los mexicanos trabajan en la economía informal para empleados que no pagan impuestos o atribuyen al seguro social. ¿Ok? Vamos a ver qué más está en esta página. Vamos a ver si puede adelantarse. Sí, en México los sueldos son muy bajos. Uno de 10 o una décima parte de lo que ganaría un trabajador en Estados Unidos. ¿Ok? Vamos a ver la siguiente parte. Por supuesto, esta presentación es muy breve, ¿no? Pero esta página nos recomienda visitar otros enlaces titulados México, Before Columbus and Cortés, Spanish Conquest of Mexico, Colonial Mexico, Independent Mexico, and the French Conquest and Occupation. ¿Ok? Y entonces vamos a pasar a la siguiente página. También estaba recomendándoles. Espero que nos salga. Es un tipo de línea del tiempo y lo que pasa en México, ¿ok? Vamos a ver. Parece que lo necesito adelantar un poquito más. Aquí está. Esta es una línea de tiempo de la historia de México, ¿sí? Esto es tomada de la segunda página que ya mencioné anteriormente, ¿sí? Docsters.com. Por supuesto, México es una ciudad muy antigua que comenzó hace miles de años con las personas indígenas o nativas, ¿ok? de los lugares de México. Según esta línea de tiempo, comenzó en 1400, before Christ, antes de Cristo, ¿sí? Con la civilización olmeca, para el año 1000 antes de Cristo, con la civilización maya, y para el año 100, los mayas construyeron sus pirámides, ¿sí? En varias regiones de México. De la era de Cristo fue en el año 1000 cuando la cultura maya colapsó, ¿ok? Para el año 1200, los aztecas llegan al Valle de México. Para 1325, los aztecas formaron la importante Ciudad de México, que anteriormente se llamaba Tenochtitlán, ¿ok? Em, para 1440, Moctezuma ya era el líder de los aztecas. En 1517, el explorador español Hernán Cortés llega a las costas de México. Para 1519, Cortés llega a Tenochtitlán, conocido actualmente como la Ciudad de México, ¿sí? Vamos a ver si puedo adelantar esto un poquito más para adelantarme a la siguiente parte. Un poquito más, que no lo puedo ver. Ahí está. Entonces, para 1600, España conquista el resto de México, ¿sí? Y para 1810, México inicia lo que le llaman la guerra de la independencia con el padre católico Miguel Hidalgo el Costilla el 15 de septiembre, ¿sí? Para 1821 sigue la guerra y se declara México independiente para el septiembre 27. En 1822, Agustín de Iturbide se declara el primer emperador de México y en 1824, Guadalupe Victoria es el primer presidente ya de México como país. ¿Okay? En 1833, Santa Anna es el presidente, pero en 1835 comienza la Revolución Tejana. Vamos a ver si puedo adelantar un poquito más porque ya no puedo ver esta parte. Sí, en 1836, la Armada Mexicana, guiada por Santa Anna, le gana Sam Houston, ¿sí? En la batalla de San Jacinto, y Texas declara su independencia de México y se convierte en la República de Texas. Okay, vamos a ver si podemos adelantar esto un poquito más para adelantarme y poder ver más hacia abajo. Un poquito más. Ahí está. Entonces, me quedé con Santa Ana, ¿sí? En 1861, los franceses invaden México, siendo victoriosos en la batalla de Puebla del 5 de mayo. En 1910 inicia la Revolución Mexicana, liderada por Emiliano Zapata. En 1911, el presidente Porfirio Díaz lo sacan del poder, ¿sí? En 1917 crean la Constitución Mexicana, que actualmente se utiliza. En 1923 asesina al líder Pancho Villa. En 1929 el Partido Nacional del PRI es derrocado y gana el otro partido en el 2000. En 1930 México experiencia un periodo de crecimiento muy importante. En 1968 las Olimpiadas se llevan en México y en el 85 tenemos un gran terremoto donde mueren más de 10,000 personas. ¿Okay? En 1993 se firma el Tratado de Libre Comercio entre México, Estados Unidos y Canadá y se considera pues algo importante para el país. En el 2000 gana el presidente Vicente Fox. Actualmente tenemos al presidente López Obrador en el 2022 y también hay un video informativo acerca del presidente López Obrador, si te interesa verlo después. Muchas gracias por tu atención. Adiós. Hola a todos, bienvenidos a nuestra nueva presentación. Hoy presentaremos las celebraciones de México o fiestas mexicanas, ¿ok? Algunas de sus celebraciones. Bueno, primero comencemos. Tenemos las fiestas de bebé o un baby shower, ¿sí? En ese día se traen muchos regalos al futuro bebé. Sí, hay juegos. Ahora tenemos una nueva lotería que es para las fiestas de bebés o baby showers, especialmente. También tenemos las fiestas de cumpleaños que son muy importantes. Siempre tenemos música en vivo, probablemente una gran fiesta, piñatas, música y les cantamos las mañanitas o el feliz cumpleaños a ti. El bautizo, que es una celebración religiosa donde se bautiza el niño, normalmente es antes de que tenga 1 año. También se hacen una grande fiesta, se trae música, incluye una celebración religiosa y una celebración de fiesta en casa. La primera comunión, esta se celebra también religiosamente, donde obtiene la primera hostia, el que hace la primera comunión. Normalmente hay una celebración religiosa y una fiesta después, ¿ok? Las quinceañeras o mis 15 años, Sweet 15, es cuando una muchacha, una niña se transiciona a ser mujer y la presentan a la sociedad y muchas veces ya a esa edad muchas personas se casan, anteriormente principalmente, ¿no? Ahora más muchachas tardan más tiempo en casarse. Otra celebración muy importante son las bodas, que normalmente incluyen dos partes, una parte religiosa y una parte de fiesta. Y los precios pueden variar para todas estas celebraciones según el alcance económico de las personas que están invitando. Vamos a ver, voy a adelantar aquí a ver si no me falta alguna otra celebración que no mencioné en la parte de abajo. No, esto es todo en esta parte. Tiene más celebraciones y recuerden que también tenemos videos para cada una de las celebraciones, especialmente el cumpleaños, la fiesta de bebé, las quinceañeras. Después te invitamos a ver otros videos donde también hablamos de los días festivos o celebraciones como el Día de Muertos, la Navidad y los otros días, celebrados a nivel nacional. Gracias. Adiós. Hola a todos, bienvenidos a mi presentación. Hoy vamos a hablar acerca de los 6 artistas mexicanos más importantes. Principalmente iremos a 2 páginas, factsaboutmexico.com, Mexican Art, y learnodonewtonic.com, Famous Mexican Artist. ¿Ok? Y vamos a ver de quiénes hablan. Bien, en México el arte es tan famoso e importante, pero es desde la era precolombina y antes de nuestros antiguos indígenas, ¿sí? Desde que ellos la crearon desde los olmecas, los incas, los mayas y los aztecas. Entonces, estos artistas ya, el arte tiene más de 3000 años de historia, ¿ok? Nos enfocaremos en lo que es las eras más recientes de México, ¿ok? El arte más importante callejera, si le podemos decir, para las manualidades, es hecho a mano, artesanías, ¿eh? Algunas muy más populares es el Día de los Muertos, con sus calaveritas, sus calaveras y sus macetas. El arte de la cerámica mexicana es muy importante, es una herencia desde los aztecas. Algunos de los más importantes son Rivera, Siqueiros, Orozco y Diego Rivera, pero también hablaremos un poco de su esposa Frida Kahlo, es por eso que ahora son de los 5 o 6 artistas. ¿Ok? La fotografía también es importante en México y tenemos a Hugo Breme, que es muy importante, fotógrafo mexicano. ¿Ok? Y vamos a ver la siguiente página, donde ya hablo acerca de los artistas. Entonces, esta página habla de los 10 artistas famosos, pero yo solo me enfocaré en los 5. ¿Ok? Vamos a ver si me puedo adelantar. Aquí está. El primero es José, perdón, no, me pasé. No se quiere quedar aquí donde yo le digo que se quede. Un momento. Ok, bien. Sí, les decía que aquí dice, hablan de 10, pero yo me enfocaré solamente en los 5 más importantes que yo he escuchado, ¿ok? A través de mi larga vida, que son más de 40 años. Perdón, un momento, no quiere salir. Ahí viene ya. Como que se había quedado. ¿Ok? Comencemos con este que para nosotros es el número 1, para ellos es el número 8, José Guadalupe Posada, quien creó el arte de las calaveritas o la calavera Catrina en 1913. ¿Ok? Este es muy famoso por el Día de los Muertos, es las calaveritas que usan actualmente. Otra arte incluye los gendarmes y la calavera de Cupido. ¿Ok? Siguiente es Rofino Tamayo. 3 personajes, Three People, de 1970 es su arte más importante. ¿Ok? Siguiente persona que vamos a hablar es David Alfaro Siqueiros. Es uno de los 3 grandes artistas mexicanos. Vamos a ver, tenía idea marxista. ¿Ok? Echo of Ice Cream es su masterpiece, hecha en 1937. Otra persona importante es José Clemente Orozco, era amigo del que acabamos de hablar. Mexican Muralism es parte de los tres grandes. Y su grande arte es The Epic of American Civilization en 1934. Otro tema, zapatistas, Men of Fire, otros temas, ¿sí? De su arte. La siguiente persona que vamos a hablar es Diego Rivera, considerado un genio. Él pinta respecto al impresionismo, postimpresionismo, el cubismo y el flemish, ¿sí? Él es el esposo de Frida. Y aquí está uno de sus masterpieces, Men at the Crossroads en 1934. Él pintó en México, en Cuernavaca, en San Francisco, Estados Unidos, Detroit y Nueva York. ¿Ok? También la siguiente persona y la última que vamos a hablar es Frida Kahlo, la esposa de Diego Rivera. Ella no era muy famosa hasta que se casó con Diego Rivera. Y desafortunadamente hasta que falleció se hizo más famosa. Uno de su arte más importante es Las dos Fridas en 1939. Y quiero también mencionar que existen películas acerca de Frida y Diego Rivera. Si las quieres buscar, pues como son, tienen derechos reservados, ¿verdad? Pero las puedes buscar y ver para después. Muchas gracias por tu atención. Adiós. Hola a todos, bienvenidos a nuestra presentación de los días festivos para los mexicanos o los hispanos en Estados Unidos, ¿ok? Comencemos con el más importante de todos que ya se nos aproxima, es el Día de Muertos, que comienzan las celebraciones el 31 de octubre hasta el 2 de noviembre. El día primero celebramos a los angelitos fallecidos y el día 2 a todas las personas fallecidas. Se hace con altares, música, perdón. Y vamos a ver qué más en este video que lo grabé originalmente en inglés, pero también es importante mencionar, ¿ok? Algunas ilustraciones de calaveritas. Se celebra en Michoacán, en Oaxaca, en la Ciudad de México con desfiles y alebrijes. Siguiente es el Día de la Independencia, que se celebra el día 15 de septiembre, el inicio, porque se culminó después de varios años, ¿no? Pero se inicia el día 15 de septiembre. El, el Grito de Dolores es el que se hace el día 15 de septiembre para celebrar el inicio de la independencia de México. El siguiente es el 5 de mayo, que celebramos la batalla de Puebla en contra de los franceses y que los mexicanos lograron ganar el 5 de mayo. El siguiente es el carnaval en México, que se celebra en febrero, parecido al Mardi Gras. ¿Ok? Este sucede en Veracruz, pero también sucede en Mazatlán, Mérida y en Tepoztlán, cerca de la Ciudad de México. Vamos a ver, ¿qué más? ¿Qué más nos dice? El carnaval en Veracruz, claro. La Semana Santa o lo que le llaman Easter Week. Este pasa en abril o pasa en marzo, dependiendo cuando la Iglesia Católica nos diga cuándo sucede. Me recomiendan viajar a la Ciudad de México y también tenemos las posadas de diciembre que comienzan del día 15 de diciembre hasta el 24. En la Ciudad de México es importante visitar al Zócalo con su árbol más grande de toda la ciudad. Y celebramos muy importantes este día, el 24 de diciembre, que esperamos la víspera de la llegada del niño Jesús. ¿Sí? Entonces es cuando celebramos con mucha comida, buñuelos, pozole, tamales, pavo, lo que se te ocurra. Siguiente celebramos el Día de los Tres Reyes Magos, que pasa el 6 de enero, cuando los Reyes Magos llegan a visitar al niño Jesús. ¿Sí? Y por supuesto, el día 1 de enero, que es el Año Nuevo. El Día de la Virgen de Guadalupe, el 12 de diciembre. Disculpe que esto no está en orden cronológico. Millones de personas visitan a la Iglesia Basílica de Guadalupe. No solamente el edificio es de los más hermosos y grandes, sino de los más visitados por los turistas. Dicen que más de 5 millones de personas llegan cada año a visitar a la Virgen de Guadalupe. De todos los estados de México, pero también de otros países de Latinoamérica, así como también de Estados Unidos. La Basílica de Guadalupe. Y hablamos del Día de los Reyes Magos. También tenemos la rosca de Reyes, ese Día de los Reyes Magos, que los Reyes traen regalos a los niños mexicanos, pero también se usa tener una rosca de Reyes, un tipo de pastel redondo que incluye un bebé adentro. Y la persona que le toca al bebé, 1 o 3 bebés, le toca hacer una fiesta el 12 de febrero, que es el Día de la Virgen de la Candelaria. 20 de noviembre, el Día de la Revolución de México. El Día de la Santa Cecilia, el 22 de noviembre, en San Miguel de Allende. El Día de las Madres, el 10 de mayo. El Día del Padre, el 20 de junio. También hay que destacar que es muy importante el Día del Maestro en México. Sí. También celebramos el Día de los Abuelitos. También celebramos el Día del Niño el 30 de abril. El Festival de la Guelaguetza en julio, que es de los festivales más importantes de América Latina. Pasa en Oaxaca. Disculpen por la luz. El Festival Internacional Cervantino, que pasa en octubre. Este pasa en Guanajuato. Los Voladores de Papantla. Pasan en la península de Yucatán, los Voladores de Papantla. El baile de los parachicos, del 15 de enero al 23. Este sucede en Chiapas. Vamos a ver qué más nos falta. Parece que ya estamos terminando. Las piñatas se usan en muchas de las fiestas y tradiciones que acabo de mencionar, así como también en fiestas de cumpleaños, bodas, bautizos o cualquier otra celebración mexicana. Otra celebración importante son las quinceañeras. Y por supuesto, no hay que faltar la música del mariachi. En las grandes celebraciones tienen música del mariachi en vivo o con un sonido. Sí, y el lugar más importante para visitar a los mariachis es en la Ciudad de México, en la Plaza Garibaldi. Muchas gracias por tu atención. Adiós. Hello everybody, welcome to my presentation. Today we're going to talk about the brief history of Mexico by Yesenia Chavez, taken mainly from 2 websites. uainternational.org, A Brief History of Mexico, and then docstairs.com, Geography, Country, Mexico, History Timeline, okay? I guess we can go to the first one. Your international or a brief history of Mexico, okay? With Mexico having more than 130 million people, it is the third most populous nation in the Americas after the United States and Brazil, okay? About 45 million people are active population working, okay? So about half of the Mexican workers labor in the underground or informal economy employers do not pay taxes, okay? Or social security and do not deal with labor unions. Unfortunately, in Mexico, they get like lower salary. It says 1 out of 10 of the U.S. workers' wages, okay? Unfortunately, the history of Mexico is too long or too big to be condensed in a video, right? So here I am recommending you some websites. If you go here, ueinternational.org, Brief History of Mexico, you can go through all of those sections. Mexico before Columbus, Spanish conquest of Mexico, colonial Mexico, independent Mexico, the French conquest and occupation. Or you can also go to the Porfiriato, Mexican Revolution, the results of the Mexican Revolution, the Mexican government turns right, from the Mexican miracle to the Mexican mess, enter the IMF and the World Bank, the Mexican political system, years of crisis losing pre-grip on government, okay? So you're welcome to go through all of those, but today I only would like to go over like a little timeline, okay, which is manageable. It's manageable for this video, okay? We're gonna go to docsters.com, Geography, Country, Mexico, History, Timeline. So this one is more easy and manageable for us to do like in the next 10 minutes or so, okay? Here is the timeline and history overview, okay? So since 1400, we got the Olmecs, los Olmecas. In the 1000 before Christ, we got the Mayans, okay? The ones who built the pyramids. And then the CE era, we got the Mayans, the Aztecs, when Tenochtitlan was found in 1325. Then in 1519, it's when Hernan Cortes came to Mexico, okay? You can also Google that to give you more information. In the 1600s, Spain conquers Mexico, okay? 1810, the Mexican War of Independence, led by Catholic priest Miguel Hidalgo on September the 15th, which is a great holiday in Mexico. And then what else? 1821, the War of Independence ends and Mexico declares its independence on September 27, okay? Let's see what else. Oh, Guadalupe Victoria becomes the first president of Mexico in 1824. 1835, the Texas Revolution begins. 1846, the Mexican-American War begins. And in 1847, the United States Army occupies Mexico City. Okay, and of course, you can go through all of those. But in 1861, the French invade Mexico and install Maximilian of Austria as president in 1864. 1910, it's a very important date also when the Mexican Revolution begins, led by Emiliano Zapata. 1911, President Porfirio Diaz, who rules as dictator for 35 years, is overthrown and replaced with Francisco I. Madero. 1917, the Mexican Constitution is adopted. 1923, revolutionary hero and military leader Pancho Villa is assassinated. 1929, the National Mexican Party is formed. Okay. 1930, Mexico experiences a long period of economic growth. This is a very important time. 1942, Mexico joins the Allies in World War II, declaring war on Germany and Japan. 1968, the Summer Olympics are held in Mexico City. 1985, an earthquake happens in September, where more than 10,000 people were killed. 1993, they signed the NAFTA treatment with Canada and the United States. In 2000, we got a new president, Vicente Fox, is elected, and he's the first president, not from the pre-party in 71 years. So now we have the new president, López Obrador, who is our current president. There is also video on López Obrador if you want to see it, okay? Thank you for watching. Adios. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my presentation. Today, we're going to talk about Mexican celebrations or fiestas by Yesenia Chavez, okay? So, we do a lot of celebrations, okay? In Mexico and also in the United States, because we have a lot of Mexicans or Hispanics in the US, especially in Texas and California. So one of those, it's Fiesta de Bebé or baby shower, okay? On that day, friends, family, co-workers give a lot of gifts for the new baby with cake, food, games, and advice for the new mom, okay? Then number 2 is el cumpleaños or happy birthday. We do celebrate the birthdays a lot. We do fiesta, piñata, music, cake, sing happy birthdays. We sing it in English or in Spanish. We usually have also live music. El bautizo is a religious celebration where they baptize the newborn usually. Okay, it's also again a big fiesta with food, music. Next one is La Primera Comunión. It's also religious. Excuse me. La Primera Comunión is the first communion with a big fiesta. Okay. So the next one, sorry, it's La Quinceañera or Mis 15 años, Sweet 15. When a girl transitions to womanhood. There is also a video on quinceañeras if you're interested in watching, okay? Boda, it's a wedding, of course, right? And there is no limit for the wedding. Usually it have a religious section and a party section. And there is a cultural video on wedding also, okay? You're welcome to watch it if you want to see it. And sadly, there is also el entierro or el funeral. Funeral prayers with the visitation in the cemetery. They may have live band performing also. Whenever they are marching to the cemetery, from the church to the cemetery, they usually have a live band, okay? And in Mexico, they also pray for 8 days the Rosary of the Virgin Mary or Virgin of Guadalupe. And there is also a cultural video for one of the entierros or funerales, okay? And finally, the Dia de Muertos, the Day of the Dead, to celebrate the coming of the dead to visit the family or the cemetery for the altar. There is also a cultural video on Dia de Muertos. So we do several celebrations. There is also another section of the videos about the Mexican holidays or celebrations, okay? Adios. Thank you for watching. Hola a todos, bienvenidos a mi presentación. Hoy se titula Los géneros de la música mexicana por Yesenia Chávez. Vamos a ir a 3 páginas principales. ProMusicianHub.com, Types Mexican Music. Número 2, MusicianWave.com, Types of Mexican Music. Número 3, Statista.com, Statistics. México Prefer Music Genres, ¿ok? Vamos a ver si se va al primero. Ok, aquí está. Bueno, según esta página, hay 17 tipos principales, aunque por supuesto, tal vez no sea único, ¿verdad? Hay más que 17, pero estos son los que más sobresalen. A los mexicanos nos encanta la música de todas las edades, de varios géneros también, ¿sí? Normalmente se usa cuando hay alguna celebración o fiesta, siempre tenemos un tipo de música, ¿no? Entonces vamos a hablar acerca de la música del norte de México, música tradicional del norte de México. Esta se influyó por Alemania, Checoslovaquia y Poland, ¿sí? Desde 1800 es cuando trajeron esta música diferente. También se creó lo que le llaman la música ranchera o música regional mexicana, ¿ok? De ahí muchos mariachi o banda de mariachi de Jalisco se originaron, ¿ok? Fue especialmente en el tiempo de la Revolución cuando creció el gusto por esta música. Normalmente esta música ranchera trata de varios temas como patriotismo, drama, amor, pasión. la belleza y la manera simple de vivir de las personas de las zonas rurales de México. ¿Ok? El corrido es un tipo de rancheras, un equipo importante que toca músicas de corrido, se llaman los Tigres del Norte. ¿Ok? Vamos a ver qué más tenemos acá, aparte de los corridos. También tenemos la banda, como banda machos, el tipo de guapango o zapateado. Em, Normalmente bailan en una tablita de madera que se escuchan las botas y los sonidos, ¿no? El trío huasteco también le- este, hace este tipo de música. Los instrumentos se usan es el violín, la jarana o la guapanguera. Cuando ya nos vamos al centro de México, encontramos más música tradicional mexicana, pero de la zona centro de México. En la zona centro de México igual tenemos a los mariachis, pero ya tocan otro tipo de música, como también son las baladas, ¿sí? Eh, el mariachi incluye los violines, las guitarras, el guitarrón, las trompetas y las vihuelas, ¿ok? La música de mariachi habla de varios temas. Algunos incluyen amor, la vida política, la muerte, la vida de las zonas rurales y de la época revolucionaria. Vamos a ver qué más. El tamborazo zacatecano, originalmente de Zacatecas. También hablamos de la música del suroeste, pero déjeme ver cómo se llama esto. Sí, la música tradicional del sur, con violín, guitarra. ¿Ok? Estas se influyeron por varias lenguas nativas y personas indígenas en la zona de Acapulco y Veracruz. ¿Ok? Aunque también tienen combinaciones de europeas, africanas, América del Sur y asiática. Los instrumentos más comunes para este tipo de música son el arpa, la jarana jarocha, la marimba y la guitarra clásica. ¿Ok? Vamos a ver qué más tenemos de música. La música chilena de la zona de Chile. No estoy muy familiarizada con esa música. La pirecua. El grupo de los Bukis también tiene algunas canciones de pirecuas. De la gente purépecha de Michoacán, donde yo soy originalmente, sí tengo el gusto de escuchar esta música. El son jarocho de la zona de Veracruz, muy tradicional. Tienen el arpa, muy popular. También puede acompañar la marimba o el xilófono. Instrumentos asociados son la jarana jarocha, el arpa, el pandero, el güiro. ¿Sí? Son muy comunes. El son jarocho, este ya lo acabo de mencionar. Vamos a ver si puedo ir un poquito más adelante. Un poquito más. La jarana yucateca es parecido también de la península de Yucatán. También, ¿qué más tenemos? El bolero con Agustín Lara, uno de los intérpretes muy importantes. También Luis Miguel los hizo famosos a los boleros. Hoy se regresó, disculpen, tengo que ir más hacia adelante. También tenemos al pop mexicano de música moderna, como estilo Natalia Lafourcade. También tenemos al rock mexicano, como Alejandra Guzmán, Gloria Trevi, Paulina Rubio, Julieta Venegas, Maná. ¿Quién más podemos mencionar? Ay, bueno, pero ahorita no recuerdo, pero son muy importantes. Vamos a ver. Em, el rock chicano, claro, por supuesto, que se originó en California principalmente. Vamos a ver. También tenemos, ok, Carlos Santana, también un tipo de rock. El chicano rap, de la zona del Southwest, Mexican American Culture, ¿sí? Vamos a ver qué más tiene. La onda grupera, por supuesto que no se nos olvide. Ellos pueden tocar música norteño, ranchera, cumbia. Algunos equipos y grupos tenemos a los Tigres del Norte, Pesado, los Bravos del Norte, cumbias, tenemos a Los Ángeles Azules, la Sonora Dinamita, los Temerarios, los Bukis, los Yonix. Creo que es una de las ondas muy importantes. Tejano, la música tejana, como Celina Quintanilla, Ana Bárbara, Grupo Límite, son los que recuerdo ahora. Vamos a ver qué más tenemos. La cumbia mexicana, sí, acabo de mencionar ya. Rafael de Paz y la orquesta, la Sonora Dinamita, Los Ángeles Azules. Y por supuesto cualquier otras que tú conozcas. La ópera mexicana también es importante. La Parténope es una canción importante de la ópera. ¿Qué más tenemos? Parece que ya. Déjame, me aseguro que ya no tengo más. El jazz, la música duranguense. Sí, también lo tenemos. El tribal guarachero. El norte que está creciendo últimamente. Y con esto termina nuestra presentación. Gracias. Adiós. Hello everybody, welcome to my presentation. Today we're going to talk about the brief history of Mexico by Yesenia Chavez, taken mainly from two websites. UAinternational.org, A Brief History of Mexico, and then docstairs.com, Geography, Country, Mexico, History Timeline. Okay, I guess we can go to the first one. UAinternational.org, A Brief History of Mexico. Okay. With Mexico having more than 130 million people, it is the third most populous nation in the Americas after the United States and Brazil. Okay. About 45 million people are active population working. Okay. So about half of the Mexican workers labor in the underground or informal economy employers do not pay taxes. Okay, or social security and do not deal with labor unions. Unfortunately, in Mexico, they get like lower salary. It says one out of 10 of the U.S. workers' wages. Okay. Unfortunately, the history of Mexico is too long or too big to be condensed in a video, right? So here I am recommending you some websites. If you go here, ueinternational.org, Brief History of Mexico, you can go through all of those sections. Mexico before Columbus, Spanish conquest of Mexico, colonial Mexico, independent Mexico, the French conquest and occupation. Or you can also go to the Porfiriato, Mexican Revolution, the results of the Mexican Revolution, the Mexican government turns right, from the Mexican miracle to the Mexican mess, enter the IMF and the World Bank, the Mexican political system, years of crisis losing grip on government, okay? So you're welcome to go through all of those, but today I only would like to go over like a little timeline, okay, which is manageable. It's manageable for this video, okay? We're gonna go to docstairs.com, Geography, Country, Mexico, History, Timeline. So this one is more easy and manageable for us to do like in the next 10 minutes or so, okay? Here is the timeline and history overview, okay? So Since 1400, we got the Olmecs, los Olmecas. In the 1000 before Christ, we got the Mayans, okay? The ones who built the pyramids. And then the CE era, we got the Mayans, the Aztecs, when Tenochtitlan was found in 1425. Then in 1519, it's when Hernan Cortes came to Mexico, okay? You can also Google that to give you more information. In the 1600, Spain conquers Mexico, okay? 1810, the Mexican War of Independence, led by Catholic priest Miguel Hidalgo on September the 15th, which is a great holiday in Mexico. And then what else? 1821, the War of Independence ends and Mexico declares its independence on September 27, okay? Let's see, what else? Oh, Guadalupe Victoria becomes the first president of Mexico in 1824. 1835, the Texas Revolution begins. 1846, the Mexican-American War begins. And in 1847, the United States Army occupies Mexico City. Okay, and of course, you can go through all of those. But in 1861, the French invade Mexico and install Maximilian of Austria as president in 1864. 1910, it's a very important date also when the Mexican Revolution begins, led by Emiliano Zapata. 1911, President Porfirio Diaz, who rules as dictator for 35 years, is overthrown and replaced with Francisco I. Madero. 1917, the Mexican Constitution is adopted. 1923, revolutionary hero and military leader Pancho Villa is assassinated. 1929, the National Mexican Party is formed. Okay. 1930, Mexico experiences a long period of economic growth. This is a very important time. 1942, Mexico joins the Allies in World War II, declaring war on Germany and Japan. 1968, the Summer Olympics are held in Mexico City. 1985, an earthquake happens in September, where more than 10,000 people were killed. 1993, they signed the NAFTA treatment with Canada and the United States. In 2000, we got a new president, Vicente Fox is elected, and he's the first president, not from the pre-party in 71 years. So now we have the new president, López Obrador, who is our current president. There is also a video on López Obrador if you want to see it, okay? Thank you for watching. Adios. Hello everybody, welcome to my presentation. Today we're going to talk about Mexican economy and jobs by Yesenia Chavez. We're going to visit 3 websites. worldbank.org in country Mexico overview. Next one is osd-ilibrary.org. Next one is to Deloitte.com, US Insights Economy, Americas, Mexico Economic Outlook, okay? So now, today, we're gonna see this on worldbank.org in country Mexico overview. So Mexico has a total population about 130 million, is very rich in culture, history, and diversity. It has a lot of many resources, and it's among the top 15 largest economies in the world and the second largest economy in Latin America, okay? Over the last 3 decades, Mexico has underperformed in terms of growth, inclusion, and poverty reduction compared to similar countries, especially in 2018 because of COVID. We can see that in this little graph. See 2018 and then 2022. It decreased a little bit, okay? So next, I'm gonna share another screen. So we're gonna go to the second website. Yes. So and this one is the economy and labor market, okay? Let's see if I can make it bigger. Yes. So this is an actual journal article. It talks about the different things in Mexico, but here it is. So population of Mexico by state. Most of the people is living in Mexico City, Ciudad Mexico, Veracruz, Jalapa, Puebla. So those are the top cities with more people, okay? So now Mexico is receiving migrants from other countries. Right now, according to this website, is the 7th largest economy, okay? So the other page said that we were the 15th. This one says the 7th and the 11th largest economy. Currently, it's growing slow, which is similar to what the other page said, as you can see here, compared to other countries. Okay. So, contribution of economic sectors to gross domestic product. So, here is where people in Mexico work. Professional, financial, and corporate services, trade, manufacturing, transportation, social and other services, construction, mining and electricity, government and international organizations, agriculture, forestry and fishing, and there is some spending on organizations, accommodation and food service activities. So let's see which one is at 23%. So most of the Mexican people work in professional, financial, and corporate services, 23%, followed by manufacturing, which is 17%. And then let's see which one is 18%. Trade, 18%. And then transportation, 9%. Okay, that's what they work. What else can we talk about on this? So Mexico has several industry productions. So 3 of the sectors, retail, tourism, and food, are very important in the Mexican economy. Okay. So the other 5 strategic industries: automotive, agro-industrial, aerospace, supply, electrical, electronics, and energy. They are also growing, okay? And what else can we say? Regional economy. Oh, this one divides economies by state. So Ciudad de Mexico, again, is the most important one. And Baja California Norte is number 2. Nuevo León, I guess, number 3, okay? So Chiapas is on the lowest one, and Guerrero. Sorry, let me see what is this. So scenarios for the future economy. Hopefully it grows, keeps on growing. Yes, they are expected to grow 3.7% growth, hopefully in the next 2 years, okay? The Mexican labor market is characterized by low and stable labor force participation. And here it is. I already covered this. Oh no, wait, this is a different thing. So this is from 2017, where people was employed by sectors. Social and other services is the top one with 19%. 19% was in trading, 17% in manufacturing, and 12% in agriculture, forestry, and fishing, okay? And I guess it's decreasing as we go down, so I'm gonna stop sharing this screen and hopefully share another one, the last one. So let me see the third one. The third website I want to share is this one from Deloitte. Sorry about the lights, Deloitte.com. It's taking some time. Okay, so now let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen. I think I already shared that. Okay, so I guess I can stop in here with this because the other one is not copywriting. So thank you for watching. So today we learn about the economy in Mexico and the jobs. Adios. Hello everybody, welcome to my presentation. Today we're going to talk about Mexican fashion by Yesenia Chavez. And we're going to look at mainly 2 websites: historyplex.com, History of Mexican Clothing, and Top 9 Traditional Mexican Dress for Women, Textile Details, okay? So let's go to the first one. Hopefully I get to share my screen. Okay, so this one, it's history of Mexican clothing. Let me see, let me make sure I shared the right one, okay? Yes, I think I was sharing the wrong one. So this one, History of Mexican Clothing, Traditional Styles and Materials by historyplace.com, History of Mexican Clothing. So according to this, the history of, let me see if I can increase the font. Yes, a little bit. It has been very rich with culture, food, and music, and as I already been telling you in my other videos. So this one, okay, yes, here is the top. So traditional clothing is very colorful, vibrant, and very practical for everyday use. So those are the three things about the Mexican attire. I already told that part. So traditional Mexican clothing was one of the most renowned clothing styles back then, since many years ago, okay? Today, the country follows the contemporary styles that are prevalent around the world, okay? And we still use it in Mexico. The Mexican clothing began in 1521 when Spaniards came to Mexico, as you all know, probably this, okay? So some of the civilizations who live in Mexico, the Toltecas, Olmecas, Zapotecas, Teotihuacanes, and the Mayas, see? And also the Aztecs. So after the Spaniards came, they mixed with them, so they became with the mixed culture of civilization, as well as different type of clothing, okay? Usually the clothes for the men, it's simpler than the female, okay? They usually have them with a single color and sombrero. So the sombrero is not only a necessity, but not only a fashion, but it's also needed for the hot sun to protect. Sombrero and pants for the males, they usually simple colors. For the women, they usually wear skirts, okay? And a shawl, which is a type of rebozo, okay, or scarf. But the colors are very vibrant. As they mentioned here, when the Europeans settled, the pigments were replaced with artificial acrylic dyes. So the Mexican indigenous people use nature colors from nature, see, from the herbs and all of those. But when Europeans came, they brought the artificial ink. However, the fiber for the cloths also has European influence. Mexicans use agave, cotton, and bark to produce their clothing, okay? And let's check to see, okay, yes, here we got some examples, traditional clothing. Okay. Oh, there is a sombrero, gaban. And they like very colorful decorations, as you can see them. More samples. Yes, so I'm gonna share the next one. Stop that share. And now hopefully I get to share my other screen. I want to make sure that I share my correct screen, okay? Yeah, so this one, according to this website, textiledetails.com, traditional Mexican dress for women. This one shares some examples of the actual clothing, okay? Top 9. Also remember, some of the clothing was used for holidays, rituals, festivals. Some of those are sun protective, vibrant, and modest. The Mexican men dress hasn't altered much over time. So it's the female that has been more changing, has more changes, okay? So there we can see the number 9 is the huipil, we see the sample. So it's not only used in Mexico, but also in Guatemala. Okay, this one is older, about 2,000 years old, this type of dress, huipil. Okay. Next one is el rebozo, the one I was telling you about. It's a type of a scarf you put on all the way on the strong, that way covers, is used for covering for the cold weather. It looks like this one, but now they made a dress after rebozo. But it's originally it's a type of a scarf. You put it along and put it on your head when people in the past used to go to church. And to protect from the cold weather also. The Mexican skirt, very traditional one and colorful. Maybe this was the one, the most popular one. Maybe a lot of you have seen this. Okay, a lot of indigenous people in Mexico still wear those. Mexican blouse, very colorful. This one is very popular now also. It can be the whole dress with different bordados and colors. There is no limitation. All the colors or borders you can think of, and all the designs you can think of. So they also have the blouses. This one is the Tehuana, okay? Clothing of the Tehuana. Very colorful also. Next one, very popular also is La China Poblana. Again, the design can be different, but it's usually the top is white and the bottom is red or green, like the flag or any other color design. China Poblana. Next one is el charro mexicano, so it could be a female or male. See? Mariachi mexicano. For female, they dress a skirt and the males use pants, like Vicente Fernandez or Pepe Aguilar. Next one is a poncho. Yes, very popular. This one is for female, but previously we saw the ones that very color with the colors of the flag also for male. Faja also goes with with the blouses I was talking to you about. This is it. It's a type of belt. Great. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you for watching. Hello everybody, welcome to my presentation. Today we're going to learn about Mexican home decor by Yesenia Chavez. I'm going to go basically to two websites, the goodadobe.com post, elements for Mexican inspired design, and the number two is the architecturedesigns.com, 21 Mexican interior design ideas you shouldn't miss out. So hopefully I get to share it the right way. Yes. So this one is from interiordesignlove.com to know. Okay, so these are 8 tips and tricks for Mexican interior and design. Of course, Mexican design is based on indigenous people, including Aztecs and Mayans, because they were blending the Spanish, European architecture and native tribal culture that led to very colorful and decor ideas in Mexico. Some things that the Mexican decor has is the color and texture. Rich color and woven textures are the key, okay? Next one, the wall paint is very colorful. You can add the accents and fabric. Mexican furniture, of course, Spanish colonial, Tuscan, Santa Fe, Texas Ranch. Mexican decor is very popular. Things like Talavera pottery or any type of macetas or ollas or whatever you get to buy for decoration. Some other Mexican design elements are the tiling for the floor. You can get them like these designs or very colorful one. Folk art paintings from Frida Kahlo, Diego Rivera, or other things that you can find. Wall art, wall hangings made of metal like tin or copper, terracotta plaques. Mexican art prints and painting by artists like Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo. I already mentioned that. And then what else? Hopefully we get to see now some let's see if I can actually find some examples. Oh yes, I have them in my website. I mean, not on my website. I have it on my Word document. So now we're gonna go to the website called architecturedesigns.com, okay? Hopefully this one give you some examples. Yes, so now I'm gonna be sharing my other screen. Yes, and here we got some sample ideas from the architecturedesigns.com. Mexican interior design ideas you shouldn't miss out. Okay, here we go. Use some examples, very colorful. You see the arts and the furniture. Art and furniture, very colorful. Art and furniture again. Wall decors, very strong paintings. And decor, look at this one. I like this one. The yellow one. Yellow living room, I also like this one. Thank you for watching. Hello everybody, welcome for my presentation. Today is titled Top 5 Mexican Artists by Yesenia Chavez. And today we're going to take a look at mainly two websites. One is facts-mexico.com/Mexican art. And number two is learnodo-newtonic.com/famous-Mexican-artist. Okay. So now I'm going to share my screen to tell you a little bit about the history in arts in Mexico, okay? So the fine Mexican art, it's very old. It dates from probably 1500 BC through 1500 AD, okay? The first artists in Mexico were, of course, the indigenous people of Mexico, called pre-Columbian times, okay? Some of those were Olmecs, Incans, Mayans, and Aztecs. I'm going to skip that part. Some of the art was colonial era, Mexican Baroque, Mexican Revolution paintings or art, and then the Muralist movement. Later on, we get to know the Mexican folk art and crafts, very cultural knowledge, called also artesanías. Very popular the Day of the Dead with the sugar schools. And then we also got the Mexican ceramic art. Through the 20th century, go to the Mexican cinema, okay? Some of the most important Mexican artists, according to factsaboutmexico.com, are Rivera, Siqueiros, Orozco, Diego Rivera, and Frida Kahlo. We're gonna go one-on-one on those artists, okay? Also about the Mexican art, photography became very important in Mexico. Let's see, some of the important photographs are Hugo Brime, okay? So I'm gonna stop sharing this screen and go to the next one. Sorry, my link is not working. I want to try one more time. Yes. So now I went into the next section of my presentation. This one is from learnodo-newtonic.com, famous Mexican artist. So this one talks about the top 10, but I'm going to narrow it to only the top 5, okay? So I'm going to start. Hopefully I can scroll down. Okay. One of the top 5 famous artists in Mexico include Jose Guadalupe Posada, very famous. because of his calaverita, Calavera Catrina for the Dia de Muertos art, okay? So he was the first one to create that painting. Okay. Next one is Rofino Tamayo, very famous also. He's a masterpiece, Tres Personajes, okay? And let me go to the next one. I'm gonna go down. Another one is David Alfaro Siqueiros, was the first of the Los Tres Grandes, three great Mexican muralists. The other one being Diego Rivera and Jose Clemente Orozco, okay? Which I'm gonna cover next, and here is one of his very famous art, Echo of Ice Cream, 1937. So this is the other one of the Grandes, Jose Clemente Orozco. He's one of the Los Tres Grandes. Let's see, The Epic of American Civilization, 1934, okay? He pictures indigenous people, pre-colonial era, okay? Pre-European art. Very important murals in Mexico. Other important works include Zapatistas and Men of Fire. So I'm gonna skip that one and go to the next one. Diego Rivera, it's another one, a great muralist. Considered a genius, okay? So his art goes into the period called Impressionist, Post-Impressionist, Cubist, and Flemish, okay? Most of his paintings were in Mexico City, but also in Chapingo, Cuernavaca, San Francisco, United States, and Detroit, and New York City. Okay, this is one of his masterpieces, Men at the Crossroads in 1934. Okay, other famous work includes Detroit Industry Murals and the History of Mexico. And finally, one of the top 5. I think now I mentioned more than 5. I apologize. So Diego Rivera was married to Frida Kahlo. So Frida Kahlo during her lifetime wasn't as famous because Diego Rivera was the famous, right? And then she started painting and then she became very famous. She's very famous because she did a lot of portraits, okay? She's not very famous because a lot of people now in Mexico and the United States and other countries remember her as a symbol of the Dia de Muertos because of the dressing. And he's a masterpiece, The Two Fridas. So there is a movie on Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo, if you want to Google it and watch it also. Of course, everything is copyright, but you're welcome to Google that. Other famous art, it's a self-portrait with torn necklace and hummingbird. And of course, the broken column. Thank you. This concludes my presentation of the top Mexican artists. Thank you for watching. Students, welcome to my presentation, Mexico, Biographical Information and Geography. The main 2 references I'll be visiting today are características.co/Mexico. And the number 2 is Geografía con Estados y Capitales from turismomexico.es/estados-de Mexico. Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna go to the first one and hopefully the link works. Okay, so first we're gonna go to características.co, Mexico, okay? So Mexico, what do we know about Mexico? What is it? It's a country south of the United States. It's also known Estados Unidos Mexicanos. It's a Nación Soberana de la América del Norte, sovereign nation. So the civilizations are from the oldest, from Latin America or Mesoamerica, okay? It comes from Nahuatl, the name Mexico, okay? were that's the original name that Aztecas or Aztecs, Mexicas baptized Mexico. Okay. At north, it's the limits with the United States. South, Guatemala and Belize. Okay. It also has coast with the Océano Atlántico, Mar Caribe, Golfo de México, y el Océano Pacífico. Is the third American country with the longest coast extension, okay? So here is the total superficie de México in kilometers. Let's see. 1,964,375 kilómetros, okay? So 1,964,000 kilometers, square kilometers. So this makes Mexico the third biggest country in Latin America. What about the weather in Mexico? It's very diverse, okay? So the capital is Mexico City. Here is the Mexican flag. It has green, white, and red with the eagle in the center. Okay. It was adopted in 1943, this flag. Mexican population, okay? We got a lot of population in Mexico, especially in Mexico City, okay? When this page was written, we had about 119 million of people, according to Census 2015. And the people in Mexico is mestiza. Okay, we got a mix from big people from Native Americans from Mexico, Aztecs, Toltecas, and mixed with the European people, especially from Spain. The economy in Mexico. We are décimo cuarta más grande del mundo, okay? Like 14 in the world, okay? Important events in Mexico, we got Mexican Revolution, very important place. I mean, date, plus others, okay? So Mexican culture is very diverse. Very important events in according to this is Dia de Muertos, Christmas time, Navidad. What else is this I can say? Oh, Semana Santa, Holy Week. So most of the people in Mexico are still Catholics or Christians, okay? Lengua. So Mexico is one of the nations with the most diversity linguistic, of course, not more than the United States, but we occupy the 7th place worldwide because besides Spanish, we also speak other 67 indigenous languages, okay? For a total of 287 indigenous languages, okay? With a combination of those. So México considera como lenguas nacionales al español and 65 of other lenguas precolombinas, okay? So however, the most important one is Nahuatl and Maya, okay? So now we're gonna go to the geography. Okay, so this map is got it from turismomexico.es, okay? Estados de México, ¿sí? We have 31 states, 31 estados, including el Distrito Federal, Mexico City, or la Ciudad de México, and here they are. In 2017, they changed the name to Ciudad de México. Here they are: Baja California Sur, Sonora, Chihuahua, Sinaloa, Durango, Coahuila, Nuevo León, Tamaulipas, San Luis Potosí, Aguascalientes, Zacatecas, Nayarit, Jalisco, Colima, Michoacán, where I am from, Guerrero, México, Hidalgo, Querétaro, Guanajuato, Tlaxcala, Veracruz, Puebla, Oaxaca, Tabasco, Chiapas, Campeche, Yucatan, Quintana Roo. Okay, and here we see the north, we have the United States, and to the south, we have Belize and Guatemala. And hopefully I read all of those. Oh yes, here they are. An alphabetical order. They also got the capital name. So for instance, for the whole country, for Mexico, we got Mexico City or Ciudad de Mexico, the capital. And in Michoacan, the capital is Morelia. So important cities in Mexico, we also got, so Ciudad de Mexico is the most important city, but we also got other cities. Let's see if they got in the capital. Yes, usually the capitals are the most important cities from each state. Okay. Great. Thank you for watching. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my presentation. Top 7 important cities in Mexico for Yesenia Chavez. So we're going to look at very important cities. Mexico, Guadalajara, Monterrey, and Puebla from the website bacayolix.com. Cancun from caribemexicano.travel/Cancun. Acapulco from lonelyplanet.com/Mexico/Central. Querétaro from internationallyliving.com/countries/Mexico. Querétaro, Mexico. And then finally, Oaxaca from marisavenue.com. Things to do in Oaxaca City, okay? So I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Okay, so this is from bacayholics.com, major cities in Mexico. Okay, so the major cities in Mexico, of course, it depends on who you ask, but these are my top choice. By asking people in Mexico, Michoacan, and as well as here in Texas. Of course, the most important city in Mexico is Mexico City. La Ciudad de Mexico is the capital of the country, okay? There we can go to see architectural buildings, historic places, museums, palaces, monuments, malls. Official buildings, Mexico City simple has it all, including where the Mexican president lives, okay? Floating gardens like Xochimilco is a great attraction. El Ángel de la Independencia, or the Angel of Independence, is in Mexico City also. And of course, many media companies are also located in Mexico City. Another important city is Monterrey. There it is, with the Cerro de la Silla, a very important place to see. It's becoming very important not only economically, but also in educational wise. The University in Monterrey is very important. Monterrey is the capital of the state in Nuevo León, is the third largest city in Mexico, okay? It's a major financial center and the second richest city in Mexico, only after Mexico City. The unique Cerro de la Silla, or the Sara Mountain, it's called so because of its a shape of a saddle shape profile. Okay, you can also visit galleries, museums, forests, and monuments. It's also a very industrial capital. Next city is Guadalajara. Guadalajara is the capital of Jalisco state. It's the second largest city in Mexico, also known as major business center of Mexico. So some of them say it's Guadalajara, the second city, but some of those say that it's Monterrey. So it's still among the top, okay? So Mexico, Guadalajara, and Monterrey. So Guadalajara is the birthplace of tequila and mariachi music. The colonial roots and Mexican culture is prominently seen in Guadalajara plazas, churches, and cathedrals. You can also visit those. We also have the Lake of Chapala, very famous, okay? So another one is Puebla, because of the buildings, okay? Puebla is the capital of Puebla State, is the major industrial city center, earlier known of its textile industry. Today is important because of the commercial center for automobile, iron, and steel industries. It has largest Volkswagen factories in the world, okay? There you can also see a lot of important buildings, okay? So next thing I'm gonna share, let's see what's next on my list. So we'll cover Mexico, Guadalajara, Monterrey, and Puebla. So the next thing I'm gonna share will be Cancun, okay? Let's see, where is Cancun in my screen? Here it is. So this Cancun nowadays is becoming very popular because of the popular and cheap flights that are leaving from other places in the United States, including Houston, Texas. This one is from caribemexicano.travel/Cancun. What can you do in Cancun? Well, you can swim, of course, but you can also see all their buildings from the Mayans, or let's see, what is the actual name of that? So you can go to the Boulevard Kukulkan, okay, or the Zona Hotelera. Of course, you can go to the beaches. We got 10 beaches in there, certificated blue flag, which are very popular, not only for Mexican, but also from people from all over the world, okay? Important beaches, Playa Gaviota Azul, Playa Delfines. Okay, yes, so that's the one I wanted, the archaeological site, El Meco, El Rey, San Miguelito, Tulum, Cobá, Muyil, and others. You can also eat a lot of great food in there with the restaurantes, okay? Thank you. Let's see which one is the next one. Next place in our list is Acapulco and then Querétaro. So let's share Acapulco. Acapulco used to be a very important place. Now I think it's Cancun is more important now. But in the past, Acapulco used to be the original party town. So it's called by lonelyplanet.com, Mexico, Central Pacific Coast, Acapulco. You can go to the soaring cliffs. Swim, of course, is the Perla del Pacífico, Pearl of the Pacific. A lot of famous people used to go there, including Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, Elizabeth Taylor. From Mexico, Luis Miguel also loved to go there, as well as Andres Garcia, another. Okay, there are also a lot of movies recorded in Acapulco, including one from by Eugenio Derbez. Okay, thank you. So the next one. Let's see which one is the next one I'm gonna share. Okay, it's Querétaro and then Oaxaca. Let's see if we can find where is Querétaro. Okay, here it is. So Querétaro, internationalliving.com, countries, Mexico, Querétaro/Mexico, okay? What can you do in Querétaro? It's very famous by the buildings, okay? Oh, no. Let me see if I can go to Querétaro. Yes, also I found it here. So again, the website is, this one is internationalliving.com, countries, Mexico, Querétaro, Mexico. Sorry about the commercial. So yes, Querétaro is very important because of the colonial places you can see and visit. A lot of people actually go from the United States to retire in Querétaro. Okay. It was founded in 1531. A very important city in the colonial period, so it's more than 500 old. Okay. So we can see a lot of old buildings. The cost of living is better compared to the one in the United States. You can eat in the Jardín, go to museums, visit Baroque churches, Mirador de los Arcos, do a lot of cultural activities, and of course, eat a lot of different food from Querétaro. You can also visit Cerro de las Campanas, Querétaro wineries, pueblos mágicos. Not only in Querétaro, but through all the Mexico, you get to find pueblos mágicos or magic cities. Okay. Let's see, do I have anything left in my list? Yes, I have one more. The next one is Oaxaca. Okay, the last one. And hopefully you can see my place. Where is my Oaxaca? Yes, I found it. Yes. So now, this is from marisavenue.com/things to do in Oaxaca City. So this is Oaxaca. You can also visit the buildings, 20 things to do in Oaxaca. You can go to El Zócalo, which is a great place. You can also go to Mercado Benito Juárez. You can also visit the Museo de las Culturas de Oaxaca, very popular. You can try the street food, explore Monte Albán. Okay, all buildings. Monte Albán is the mother of all the ruins in the state of Oaxaca and the UNESCO World Heritage Site, as well as in Cancun. You can also go to Templo Santo Domingo, visit Mezcaleria, shop for local crafts, of course, and of course, eat a lot of food. Go to special holidays, Mercado 20 de Noviembre, take a cooking class, okay? And this concludes my presentation. Thank you for watching. Adios. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my next presentation. This one is titled Mexican Desserts. References blog.amigofoods.com 2022. It's titled 25 Traditional Mexican Desserts, okay? Okay, there we go. Of course, again, this list is not limited or finite. There are thousands probably of desserts. This is only like a generic one that is popular, okay? We cannot go without knowing about the Mexican candy, okay? There could be thousands of those, okay? We usually put salt and salsa or a type of pepper or chili pepper or powder, okay? Very popular one is tajin. We can get it here in Houston as well in Mexican parts. Next one. Oh, those are the main ingredients for those. Milk, chocolate, vanilla, and fruits. Churros, our next one. See, I love those Mexican churros. Plátano frito, dry or fried banana. Flan, of course, we got those in many flavors. Chocolate, vainilla, very popular one. They even got their recipes for that. Bionico, fruit salad, of course, very popular. We put the lemon, again, salt and pepper. Or you can put chili powder or whatever you want on the top, or use it like that. Next one, pan or pastel de elote, sweet corn cake. Cajeta is a type of jam, okay? Caramel sauce, it says in there. Next one, cocada, coconut candy. Tres leches, it could be a cake for dessert. Okay, they even got their recipes in there. Marranitos or puerquitos, yes. Sweet bread. Capirotada, yes, very popular in March, April. Jericaya, that one I haven't tried. It's originally from Guadalajara, okay. Carlota de limón, okay. Key lime icebox cake. Hojarascas, yes, of course, Mexican sherbet cookies. Nieve de garrafa, yes. Traditional snow cones. Coyota. Where, oh, they don't have a picture in there. Okay. It's a type of cookie in Sonora, from Sonora. Pie de queso, cheesecake or cheese pie. Chongos zamoranos from Michoacan, of course, yes. Camotes or sweet potatoes. Las alegrías or amarantas cookies with a lot of grains or seeds. Paletas, fruit bars, Mexican wedding cookies, las hojarascas, we already mentioned those. Choco flan, yes, it's a type of cake. And flan, like a gelatin or yellow. Buñuelos, of course, popular in Christmas time or New Year. Marquesitas with ice cream. And that's it. Okay. Thank you for watching. Hello, students. Welcome to my presentation. Today we're going to talk about typical food from Michoacan, Mexico. Okay. For that, I'm going to go to matadornetwork.com. Okay, so the food in Michoacan is very rich, of course, and the foods I'm going to be naming here are not limited, or it's not like a complete or finite list. No, of course, this is only representational, okay? So, the Mexican food from Michoacán, it's un patrimonio inmaterial de la humanidad y el documento que se entregó a la UNESCO se basó en un 80% en la cocina michoacana. So about 80% of the food recipes that were sent to UNESCO is from Michoacan, typical food, okay? So this one has the top 24 dish from Michoacan, see? In Apatzingán, you can eat la morisqueta, okay? Here is the picture of the dish. Ario de Rosales, Michoacan, you can eat olla podrida, which is a type of soup, okay? With meat and vegetables. Ciudad Hidalgo, you can eat the tacos de cabeza, okay? Con salsa de ciruela fresca y chile verde. Tacos with salsa. Costa de Michoacán, pescado a la talla, okay? It's a type of fish. Huetamo, Michoacán, which is very close to my hometown, it's uchepos. Another one I'm gonna mention is not in there, is called aporreado, okay? We also like mole Puebla, the red one. Here they have La Piedad, Michoacán, las carnitas, see? Pork meat. Morelia, Michoacán, corundas y gazpachos. It's a type of tamal, okay? And the gazpacho is corn in a cup. Paracho, we got la atapacua. I haven't tried that one yet. It's a type of atole, okay? Or drink, hot drink. Angawan, churipo, okay? It's a type of soup also. Pátzcuaro, enchiladas placeras y nieve de pasta. These enchiladas are also very typical in Huetamo, Michoacán. Next one, in Quiroga, we got pozole batido. Posole is also very popular in other regions of Mexico. Querétaro, frijoles nuevos, okay, it's a type of beans. San José de Gracia, el minquiche, queso frito con chile y crema, it's a type of cheese, okay. Santa Clara, tortas de tostada, is a type of sandwich, okay. Tarecuato, atoles, gran variedad de atoles. Hot drink. Tocumbo, las paletas de hielo, okay. Frozen bars. Ucareo, I'm sorry about that. Ucareo, we got fruta cristalizada. It's a type of dry fruit in crystal. Uruapan, el guacamole, of course, with a lot of avocados. Oh, I'm getting hungry. La Huacana, aporreado. This one is also Pobre, Michoacán, which I already mentioned in Huetamo, Michoacán. And the regions, Huetamo, San Lucas. Zamora, chongos zamoranos. It's a type of dessert also. Janicio, charales, little fish. Or baby fish. Sinapecuaro, of course. Pan. Sweet bread. Oh, and that's it on that. Thank you for watching. Hello everybody, welcome to my presentation. Today we're going to talk about Mexican foods, okay? And I'll cover mainly 3 different websites. Top 10 foods to try in Mexico by BBC Good Food, the travel.com best Mexican food, watchmojo.com video ID 15699. And let's start with the first one. I'm sorry, this one is the travel.com best Mexican food. So according to this website, then number 10 is tamales. They could be any flavor. Beef, chicken, beans, chile relleno, queso. They can be sweet also, or different things. Sorry, let me silence. Yes. Tamales is the number 10. Number 9 is birria. Which, next one, carnitas, pork carnitas. Number 7, salsa and molcajete, see? So in the molcajete, you can put anything in there, see? Next one, mole poblano. It could be red, but there are also other varieties like green from pipián. Tacos, of course, number 5, they could be any flavors. Number 4, enchiladas, see? I'm getting hungry now. Next one, chilaquiles, they can be green or red. They got meat, salsa, cheese, or sour cream, or sour cream. Next one, fruit with chili powder, cocktail de frutas, yes. And the number 1, arroz con leche. Of course, that's debatable. A lot of people may think those are not the top 10, but that's what we're going to be looking at different one, okay? Those are just the most famous ones. Let's see if I can find the next one from my notes. Yes, so the next one is from bbcgoodfood.com. And let me now just share the screen, okay? Yes. So this one, number 1 is chilaquiles. They can be green or red salsa. Posole. They can also be vegetarian. This one usually is with pork and red salsa, okay? Tacos al pastor with pork meat. Tostadas, they could be any flavor. Again, they can be chicken, they could be beans, they could be pork, or whatever type of meat you want to add on the top. Next one, Chiles Enogada. Very traditional, important in Mexico City. Elote, of course, the corn in a cup, the corn in the palito. They usually add mayo, sour cream, or cheese on the top of whatever you want to add, okay? And of course, chili pepper. Enchiladas, yes, of course. If we heard enchiladas twice, I guess those are important as well as the tacos. Mole poblano, yes. Guacamole, number 9. And the number 10, los tamales. And of course, we got different type of tamales. That's only one kind, okay? And now let me see. Which one is the next one in the list? The next one in the list is from watchmojo.com, video ID 15699. Okay, let's see. Top Mexican food. Okay, so let me see if you're looking at my screen. I want to make sure. Yes, so now I'm sharing the right screen, this one. So now the number 10 is the churros. Number 9 are gorditas, and of course they can be in any flavors also. Sopes. They can also be any flavor and every meat you can imagine. Posole, again, so pozole, tacos, And enchiladas already are been showing up. So those are the most popular ones, I believe. Chilaquiles, again, number 6. Tamales, number 5. Quesadilla, number 4. And of course, the quesadillas can be any flavors again. Meat, cheese, beans. The burritos, this one is the first time that I see it. And of course, the enchiladas, number 2. And the taco, according to this page, the tacos are the number 1 Mexican food. So which one is your favorite one? So hopefully we got time to discuss that matter, okay? Thank you for watching. Hola, bienvenidos a nuestra próxima lectura. México y su cultura, escrito por Yesenia Chávez. México es el tercer país más grande en latino en América y con una población de unos 127 millones. Al norte limita con Estados Unidos, al sur con Guatemala y Belice, al este con el Golfo de México y el Mar Caribe, y al oeste con el Océano Pacífico. En México se hablan 68 lenguas indígenas y el español. En México también se encuentra la población más grande de hispanohablantes en el mundo, seguido por Estados Unidos. Entre sus exportaciones importantes se encuentran los productos manufacturados, el petróleo y la plata. Muchos turistas visitan México por sus ciudades antiguas como Chichén Itzá en Yucatán. Su arte es muy importante en el mundo como el muralismo de Diego Rivera y Alfaro Siqueiros. También es muy famoso en el mundo del arte de Frida Kahlo. La geología es muy variada, que incluye las barrancas del cobre en Chihuahua. La gastronomía es muy rica y variada y se puede encontrar en todo el mundo, especialmente en Estados Unidos. Es una combinación de tradiciones indígenas y europeas que incluyen el maíz para sus tortillas, los frijoles y los chiles. Algunos platillos muy famosos incluyen a los siguientes: el mole poblano, el pozole, la barbacoa, las carnitas, los famosos tacos, las quesadillas, las flautas, los tamales, etc. La música mexicana también ha trascendido las fronteras mundiales. Desde los imperios del México prehistórico, la música ya era parte de la cultura mexicana. Desde 1535 se conoce el corrido, luego el barroco mexicano musical, después la canción ranchera. En el siglo XIX destaca el Tex-Mex, el son huasteco, el jarocho y el mariachi. Sin embargo, la música mexicana destaca por su variedad, instrumentos y estilo. Otros ritmos encontrados son cumbia grupera, merengue, salsa, danzón, mambo rap, pop, sonidera, banda, etc. Algunos cantantes sobresalientes de México son Juan Gabriel, Luis Miguel, Vicente Fernández, Alejandro Fernández, Alex Fernández, Gloria Trevi, Ana Gabriel, Marco Antonio Solís, Los Ángeles Azules, Natalia Lafourcade, Pepe Aguilar, Antonio Aguilar, Ángela Gabriel, Ángela Aguilar, Jenny Rivera. Algunos escritores famosos mexicanos incluyen a los siguientes: Octavio Paz, Juan Rulfo, Carlos Fuentes, Laura Esquivel, etcétera, ¿ok? Palabras claves de la lectura: población, música, fronteras, ritmos, escritores. Preguntas de comprensión. Número 1. ¿Qué parte de México te gustaría visitar? ¿Qué parte de México te gustaría visitar? Número 2. ¿Conoces a otra persona famosa de México no mencionada? ¿Conoces a otra persona famosa de México no mencionada? Número 3. ¿Te gusta la comida mexicana? ¿Te gusta la comida mexicana? Número 4. ¿Tienes un platillo favorito? ¿Tienes un platillo favorito? Número 5. ¿Conoces algún restaurante mexicano en tu barrio o comunidad? ¿Conoces algún restaurante mexicano en tu barrio o comunidad? Gracias por tu atención.